What up, though? Hope everybody been good. This is gonna be our last episode of our Hunter x Hunter series. We're doing a breakdown since some news was leaked, or yeah, it's definitely not official release, but news was leaked. There's rumors, murmurs of the anime coming back later this year. Um, so we went over up until we got up to Greed Island. So now just gonna break down after that and the end of the anime series so far. So after Greed Island, um, they cut to this like humanoid type ant, huge ant, and she's telling her eggs like, "Oh, you guys are gonna essentially like take over things." So this kind of when the anime gets a little strange and weird, people are kind of torn on this part of the show. I know I was. I didn't really get it at first, but once the arc finished, I loved it. And I gotta stop saying. But yeah, so this ant giving birth, humanoid type ant. She evolved somehow. They break it down in the anime for more detail, and then next thing you know, her eggs hatch, and they start terrorizing things, eating people, killing people, and every time the ant consumes and then gives birth, it gives birth to different animals that are humanoid type animals. So like I said, it gets really weird. During that, the Hunter Association is called in because these ants are just these ants. There because there's different animals and stuff too. Are just terrorizing this place in the world. Hunter Association is called in to deal with it. The big dogs are called in. Gon and Killua want to go, so then they train with these other hunters, and then next thing you know, they have to get put through tests by these hunters to see if they're even fit for this job because they really aren't because they're still getting started essentially in their Nen and hunter journey. But of course, they pass the test. They go with these other two characters, and what are their names? Yes. So Morel and Nav, and then Netero goes there as well. So the main three are Nav, Netero, and Morel, and of course Netero is the chairman of the Hunter Association. Talked about him before in this series, and their job is to essentially put down what now turned into an army, the Chimera Ants. They gave the queen gave birth to essentially the king. Yeah, gave birth to the king, and before he was born, okay, so here's what it is: the ants were killing people, then taking the bodies to the head ants that I was talking about from the beginning. Then she would eat them. She's eating all this stuff, and she's pumping out all these ants. So there's like dumber type ants. There's ants that they get used, and when I say ants again, they're just humanoid creatures. And so there's just dumb ones. There's ones that use telekinesis, and then there's these three special ones that are born. They're like the most powerful out of the bunch, like just pure evil type of thing. These three, they refer to them as the royal guards. And then After they're born, the the king is birthed, and then the head mom ant dies. I believe he kills her, if I'm correct. Whether or not that's accurate, which I believe it is, she dies. He takes over. He's plans on taking over the world. Of course, all the hunters they're battling against this. They're next thing you know, they have to call in the head guy from the Zoldyck family, Kalua's family, to help out Netero in the end. So like I've said in past videos, I'm not trying to get too descriptive. I don't want to spoil anything. I just kind of want to outline things in order for you guys to decide if you're interested or not in watching the series. I would say definitely worth the watch. Like I said, it is a little weird, but it's a great arc. It's some of the best fight scenes, if not the number one fight scene, is in this arc. Then after the Chimera Ant stuff, there's a new election for the chairman of the Hunter Association. A lot of people want, not a lot of people want, but there's essentially a, a panel, a board of hunters. It's like the top hunters, and so one of them has to get elected to become the new chairman, which is what Netero is. He's the current chairman. So after the Ant Crisis, there's an election for a new chairman, and then Gon's dad is on this board that I was just talking about. So this is when Gon finally gets to be reunited or actually get to meet or see his father. This I wouldn't even really call it an arc because it doesn't really go to. It's fairly short compared to the other stuff, but excuse me, but it's still funny in its own ways. It has serious points, and overall, it's dope. It's cool. It's cool to see the inner workings of the Hunter Association. It's cool to see all these other top ranked hunters, and in the end, we're exposed to this outside world that only hunters can have access to, that the rest of the world doesn't even know about. And that's when the anime ends. So I refuse to accept that as an ending, and that's why I picked up the manga and started and read all the way up until 2018 when it went on that long hiatus. I definitely want to reread and get into the new chapters that have been put out over the last couple years because he did come back for a little bit. And I also wanted to give a happy belated birthday to Yoshihiro Togashi. It was just his birthday on the 27th. And this guy, he's responsible for animes that I'm sure you love. But yeah, that'll do it for this. This will wrap up the Hunter x Hunter series. Once official news comes out or more news is leaked in regards to the anime coming back or even the manga, we'll be sure to let you guys know. In the meantime, be sure to check in with our other videos that are going to be dropping every Friday. Going to be going over just various anime stuff. So be sure to follow us, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, comment, let me know how these videos went, this series went, if I should get more descriptive. But yeah, until then, till the next one, y'all. Peace.